So, there's this story my sister-in-law always, talks about. I want to share this story with you guys because I think I kind of can relate it with the Gen Z, right? So there's this girl, whenever her mom tries to fry fish or whatever, she usually cuts out the head and fries the fish without the head. So curiously, she, asks her mom, why do you always cut the head of the fish and just fry the fish without the head? And the mom goes, that's how our mothers fry. They will just cut the head and fry it. They always do it that way. And she goes to ask her grandmother, her mother's mother, why is it that when we fry these fishes, we cut off their head? Like, that's how we always do it. You must cut off the head before you fry the fish. And she didn't just stop at that. So eventually they went to the village and she was opportune to speak to her great grandmother who had started that tradition of cutting the head of the fish. And so she was like, Nana, why do we always cut out the head of the fish before frying it? And the grandmother laughed, it's because I had a small frying pan. That's why she cut out the head. So like the whole fish cannot fit into the frying pan. So she usually cuts it off. But in today's world, her mother had a bigger frying pan. They just accepted it because that's how it's being done. So I kind of can relate it with the Gen Zs. Why do we have to cut the head of the fish when we have bigger frying pan, right? So these are the Gen Zs. They try to question those long circle of tradition, cultures that no longer serves us. So, and then the older generation, they are quite uncomfortable with that, But I think these questions matter. So these are the issues. Hi, people. Wait till they happen. Things are really happening behind my shade. Things
are happening.
Yeah.
So today we'll be exploring the world of Gen Z, how they define success, how they balance careers, hustle and passion, how they navigate lifestyle and all the choices they have to make, and also at the same time maintaining and protecting identities. So today with us is a Gen Z powerhouse.
Yeah.
She is a beautiful young woman who is working.
We can see that.
Beauty.
But she's got beauty, I know.
Yeah, she's a young lady that is walking the corridors of law while creating magic. As an artist, as a musician, and she's also the visionary behind LegallyJenfa. Join me as I welcome Jennifer Ekunife.
Aww, Jennifer.
Clap.
My head is big on your behalf. So I don't know about it, but my head is like swelling, like,
welcome, Jennifer. Thank you for creating time to be here.
Just to have this date with us. So how's your vibe this morning?
Elated.
Are you sure?
Yes.
How was it like on your way to this place?
I mean, it was a smooth ride, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, it was. Aww. And the reception from Enigma was spot on.
You always get that at Enigma.
Yes.
Trying to make it because it's a safe space for you.
Yes. So, yeah. It was great. Yeah.
So speaking about the story I just shared this morning, the Gen Zs, you guys come off as, don't come off, you are actually audacious in a lot of things, questioning things.
Yeah.
Like, why do we have to do it this way? Why do we have to do it this way? And, with that story, because when I heard it for the first time, I'm like, oh, really? So we just go ahead with follow suit. This is how it's been done. That's what we do, Amo. You follow without even asking. And at the end of the story, you see that her great grandma, who had started that tradition, said her pan was smaller. Right? So if you relate it to today's world, a lot of things a lot of traditions, a lot of circles, a lot of, practices that we uphold and we hold on to no longer serve us.
Yeah.
But, the Gen Zs, of course, they're actually there. I think their generation is the pioneer of the people that ask questions. Follow from the Gen Z or to the what's the next generation? And
Gen Alpha.
And then, the Gen Zs pioneered that culture of asking questions. Why do we do this? At least if you understand why we do stuff, we can now try to see how we make those corrections going on from there.
Yeah.
So what is it like being a Gen Z?
I mean,
It's cool, right? I think you guys are cool.
yeah, we're really cool.
Everything you represent, the Gen Zs, they're always cool. In fact, the way they talk, the way they dress, the way they
the vibe, the attitude.
Most of them.
It's cool.
So it's really cool to be a Gen Z, to be honest. So I mean, Gen Z were the people that were open to, electronics, a lot of things at an early age, right?
Yeah.
So it's more or less like we've been exposed to a lot of things that a lot of people, like the millennials and the Gen what is it, Y or something? X, we're not necessarily open to.
Yeah.
And I think Gen Z were really known for being like tech savvy or savvy, socially conscious, and very, like you said, audacious and diverse. So it comes off with wanting to have like aside just what you were born into, to have like an inclusion for yourself as a person. So I think that's what it really is, being a Gen Z.
Yeah, and you guys have, successfully transcribed that into choosing career paths for yourself.
Yes.
What you want to do, the hustle, the ambition, and all that. Like, what do you think about, Gen Zs are known for, like you said, diverse. They don't, the traditional ambition or work or career path would be go to school, graduate, get a job, work your ass off that job, and then retire. That's all the traditional way of it. But the Gen Z are exploring the non-linear path. Like, they do a lot of things. So how has that, shaped you into pursuing the things you want to do? Like, I want to do this, I want to do this, and this and that.
Okay, so as a Gen Z, really, my life is all about finding balance, right? While still defining my path. So I'm not trying to follow people's path or the path of the millennials, or so. It's my life to live. It's my path that I want to find. So having to do that, I mean, I won't take away the fact that school is important, because you have to go to school. That's fact on fact. So I go to school. I go as far as having to, I'm an artist, so I go as far as having to go to the studio to record. It could be in the morning, it could be at night. I sometimes from school, like in the evenings, I might have like an event to another state to perform. And I go all the way. Yes, I juggle all of that.
You balance it all.
Yes, that's the finding the balance. It is difficult. It's not an easy. People that have it one way, the linear way, they know how tiring it can be to go to work and come back. But having to juggle all of those, create your content, it's exhausting. But you have to do what you have to do. So honestly, thumbs up to Gen Zs, to be honest.
I strongly believe that there is this mirror effect between Gen Zs today and the youth of 1960s.
How's that?
The youth of 1960s, they are doers.
Really?
Yeah, because even if you look at it now, they are still, especially when it comes to politics, when it comes to businesses, when it comes to like big things, they do big things. And they are so resilient, they are so audacious, they're so bold. Because if you even check the youth of 1960s, they are current leaders of today.
Well, that's the thing that Gen Z are saying.
Yes. So they have this, I feel like they have this pattern, this path that if you're not towing this path, you're not doing it right.
Exactly.
So, but Gen Zs, they want to find innovative ways to grow because honestly, I feel I'm not going to say that, it's just the Gen Zs doing the work. But they have the major part to
Most
play.
of them.
Because there are so many redundant systems in the society.
I tell you.
Honestly, like if the Gen Zs were not putting in the part they were putting in, or they are putting in, the country would have been I mean,
uneducated.
Yes. So, I mean, look at the music industry, look at the movie industry. If we were just going to tow that old path, Afrobeat won't be where it is. Even some movie productions won't be looking at doing Netflix and trying to explore and expand. It'll just be all African magic, and we'll just stop there. I don't know if you understand the point.
Yeah.
To go global like it is.
Yes.
I think the Gen Zs, their audacity helps to question the normal way things are done.
Yes.
Like, why do we do this? Then I think it is in that audacity that they form that curiosity to find better ways of doing things. And then they now break endless circles that no longer serves us. I think they are quite brave. They are even braver than the millennials, although I don't identify with the millennials. Because wait, get my point. I feel I'm in the middle. I'm not a Gen Z, but I don't feel like a millennial either. Because we are quite borderline. I don't know. I think I'll go on research and see what qualifies with that. We kind of ended the age of the millennials, but we are not Gen Z. So I tell people all the time, I'm not Gen Z. I admire them, right? But I don't feel like a millennial either. Right?
Do you know what I believe? I believe that as we were growing up, we had elder ones, we had siblings, we had people around us that we look up to, and we've seen them, we've seen what they did, we've seen how they navigated the whole thing that they did, how they navigated life in general, and we pick the good ones and we leave the rest. So now we are putting in the work to be better than what we have seen, and we are learning from their experiences, we are learning from their mistakes, we're learning from everything that they've been through. And even sometimes when we discuss with them, they tell you, oh, this is how it went, this is how we do. I didn't have the opportunity to do certain things. But if you do it, it's going to be good. It's going to turn out, I don't know how it's going to turn out, but you can try it.
Yeah.
And we are the Gen Zs. See, I don't copy Gen Z. The Gen Zs, they are always ready to try new things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think hardly do you find a Gen Z these days that just says, for instance, I'm just a lawyer. You hear them say a lot of things. Say, if I don't even say I'm a lawyer, I'm say I practice law. I'm telling you, so I practice law, I own a brand, I'm a part-time model. You hear a lot of things from them, like, okay, I do this, I collaborate with this. You see a lot of collaborations with them. They understand collaborations, I think, and their use is in that collaborations that they are becoming innovative in the ways the world has not. We've not seen something like this in a while. And I think that brings the part where the older generation, sometimes they can be uncomfortable with that. Because they feel like you're coming to take away the things they've always known from them and introducing something, and then they now say you're disrespectful.
So I also feel like they are not seeing the part where that hustle that the Gen Zs do actually teach resilience and discipline, because they're not just trying to follow one path. They're actually doing a lot of things. It's supposed to be something to cheer, right? But they just feel like, oh, because it's not going the way we want it to go, then, you're not doing anything that is right.
I think in that line, because the Gen Zs are not doing it in the way they know how to
they
do
understand.
It. They understand.
Right.
Maybe, for example, a Gen Z who is a content creator and bagging it at that, they don't take that person serious. Maybe they see the person as, you're just playing, you're not doing every time with your camera.
And then they will question, oh, are you sure that that's even where the money is? Because they don't understand the concept of making money off creating.
Yeah. They don't, so they are uncomfortable with that. They often, or they seldom times take you guys serious. Like, you can't be serious. Why? You go and look for a better job. You hear them say, go and look for a better job. So that linear path, they know. Either you are working in the bank or you're doing the regular 9 to 5. That is the regular job for them.
Most of them,
because a lot of Gen Zs, they kind of pursue money even before they are graduate. They start from very little to, start gaining financial literacy, financial independence, which I think it's a skill that, getting it at that young age would help you, as you navigate life. But these people, in fact, I had a lecturer in school, I think you'll know that person. Low spot on low key, right? The lecturer was saying that, this was his story. If a 30-year-old comes to marry my daughter, and when the guy is coming, they say, oh, he has a car, he has a house, he has this, he has that, I'm going to chase that person out of my compound. Oh my gosh. So he told you that like, when I heard that, I'm like, that was like about 5 years back when he told us that story, my final year. And I kept on reasoning, like, are you serious? So this goes to say that thing they know, they just, you cannot just come and change.
Yes.
That's why a lot of people are, I've seen people that wish they had taken charge of, or they had taken opportunities and advantage of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You hear them say something like that because they are not used to it. You don't want to have an open mind.
And that's why, sorry to cut you. And that's why sometimes you see that some businesses that were created by them have like drastically gone down the drain.
Yeah.
Because there was no innovation, there was no thinking outside the box.
Yes. It was the traditional way of
doing things. And then when so when these things come, they don't know how to, most times they're not open-minded.
Yes.
To just jump into, and then they don't trust these things. Maybe because of a lot of bad
they
experiences.
even project their fears. And they're anxious because even you starting a new thing, you're anxious.
Yeah, exactly.
You're nervous,
So what more
you're doing it
them?
uncertain. So they are feeling the same way about you too. They're feeling the same way for you, and they're projecting it.
Yes, and they tell you.
And even family members, you see them, they would say, "Are you sure you want?"
And they tell you, "Oh, I've had more experience than you. So what do you do?"
Yes,
That should be the measure of things.
Yeah.
I'm not among those people that feel while experience is good because sometimes they'll tell you what part to do and not, right? But I don't think that's the only thing you should use to come to a judgment and say, "Oh, I have an experience more than you. You should listen to me." When something new and innovative is on
Ground.
board, why don't you just align yourself to that so you don't miss out on a lot of things? Because the world is moving at a very fast pace.
You know the story that you told you reminded me of something. So there's this lady, she wanted a job. She came for a job interview through an agent. So they sat down, they were waiting. The owner of the establishment came. Young lady, Gen Z. This lady just looked and said, is this the person that is going to interview us? Is she they said, yes, she's the owner. She stood up and she left.
What?
She stood up and left. Like, tell me why. Because she's young, because she's Gen Z, you don't think
cannot work.
She has,
Yeah.
Or she just don't have the capacity to own an establishment.
Or to instruct. Maybe
So you cannot take instructions from her. Hunger never wired you. But it's true.
Or maybe might even feel like she doesn't know what she's doing.
maybe sometimes they feel
That's
that Gen Zs they're rude, they disregard people or certain
traditional,
traditional
corporate environment.
I feel like at every sector, every age, with a millionaire, there's always someone who's rude.
Yes.
So why do
they always attach it to Gen Z?
With the Gen Z.
When
they tell them
they feel like we're audacious, and that tampers with their ego.
I'm comfortable with someone who is audacious. Most times, if you notice, have you been in an argument with an adult, an elder person who is unreceptive?
Yeah.
And then you start arguing with them, you don't know what to say. Next thing say, if not for anything, I senior you.
This reminds me of something. You know when you talked about the whole camera thing and all of that. So I remember one time when I put out like a song. This was last year.
Yeah.
So I took a trip. And then this slightly elder person, I think maybe in his late 30s or 40s, it was like, because I was making content. I was always making content because I wanted to push my stuff
and promote yourself.
And then the people, the white, quite strictly Americans, right? They had no issue with what I was doing. And they were even older, right? Like 50, 60. And then this other guy, from Nigeria, was just always, antagonizing. Why am I always carrying my camera? I was respectful. And then got to a point. Then when he saw that I wasn't giving him the time of the day, that thing where you just, enter a shell and then you just, because you want to be very respectful to them.
Yes.
And I was like, I need to do what I have to do. You can't keep stopping me. I'm not in your house. I'm not taking up your space.
Are you even related to him?
I'm not even related to him.
And it's a public space.
Yes. I mean, we were literally going in Millennium Park or something. Like, I mean, why are you? And then it got to a point where he started poking me. Now we got into a car because we're kind of like all in a group. Got into a car and it was like, oh, so what does your song even mean? He was just asking I spoke English, for crying out loud. So he knew what this thing was, but because it felt like I was, so if he felt that I was not, babying his ego, especially even being a man at that, so he was just trying to find a way to poke. At some point, one of the white ladies like, you can hear what she was saying. Why?
It doesn't make sense.
So it was just a lot.
He's just trying to discredit your
right.
efforts,
So that's what we usually face. And then, it's now seeming like were disrespectful. Meanwhile, you weren't even doing anything in the first place. And then, but just because they're uncomfortable with those things, they start making issues out of nothing.
You know, sometimes when this older generation, they realize that they missed a lot of opportunities, they start resenting those people living the life who
they would have wanted to live.
Yes, that's part of what's happening.
That's sad, and that's not growth. Because they should learn and enjoy.
Nothing stops them from enjoying it now that they've realized.
Yeah,
do you understand? In Igbo, I don't know how to say it. When you wake up, that's your morning.
Yes.
So if you are realizing that at an old age, you take charge of it. I see a lot of older ones who are content creators. There's this grandma I'm following on Instagram. She gives me joy. Like every time I see her, my mom.
Wait, is it that grandma now?
Yeah. I think she's 72 or something. Like she's living her life.
There's some that did this this challenge, this woke up to the novella. I don't know if you saw that one. Like
old people.
Yeah, old people, like they're having fun. Literally living like 70s, 80s.
Do you know some of them? Do you know what's stopping them? Because they feel they're going to get a lot of backlash.
They don't have the resilience.
They don't have the mind.
Now they are tough skin.
Yeah.
The most of them, like if you are saying, because they built that resilience, which is just over time, because they started early.
Yes.
See, whatever you say now for your ear,
and
they will do what they want to do.
Yes, and we started understanding that even if you act, people are going to talk. If you don't act, people are going to talk. All you need to do is win.
Yeah,
that's the end game.
Yeah. So, and I think I was arguing with someone the other day and say, whatever you're doing, Gen Z or not, make sure you win. And I said something, even if you don't win, it doesn't still make you wrong.
It doesn't change the fact that you
got an experience. From that. So even if society or whoever should not start laughing at saying, they don't go, they say they do music. Failed musician. Why?
I mean, it's better that you told that path than you didn't, and you have some resentment for yourself, resentment for the people that couldn't support you. It's better that you did, and then you're like, oh, this is not for me. Great, I tried it, and you're fulfilled. I think the main aim of living, which Gen Zs have actually realized, is to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
So they go any extra mile early.
That's the ultimate winning for life. You know, if you're doing something and you are not fulfilled, I think you should reconsider whatever you're doing. You should consider that. And the Gen Zs are telling us that every day by how audacious they are living their lives.
Right.
I think you hardly find a Gen Z who is second guessing their options.
Yes.
They just go and
go ahead, and if we don't get it right, we move to
the next project, and stuff like that. So I think you guys are kind of cool in that life. Yeah.
Thank you. On behalf of the Gen Zs, thank you so much.
So talking about you're a lawyer and you're an artist.
Yes.
How do you balance the whole thing? Why in school? How do you balance? And when did you even start singing? You know, most people say started from the womb. When did you start?
Okay, so I'd always loved to sing. So quick backstory. My UB1, as we call it, that's just one. I used to be on my locker because we use like these iron lockers in school. So I used to be on there during preps, and then I drum. I'm a drummer, so I literally like drum on the table, and then I write songs. I have my song books from then. I still have it till now. So I do that. Sometimes I literally daydream of Justin Bieber walking into the school, and so I've been writing songs since that age, like pretty much like 10, 11. But I got into the studio officially at the age of I think 17, right? So that was just when I was about to get into the university. That was when I started recording. Yeah, recording.
Wow. Yeah. So let me even ask you this, because I know I'm sure by the time this episode airs, she's going to be a lawyer. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
On your call to bar.
Yeah.
So I saw something about a post you made the other day saying, call to bar 10K. Where's your this thing? Please enlighten us on that.
Right. I think it was congratulations on your call to bar 10K. Is it send me your picture? That's 70K. Which other one? I think I couldn't make it to your 100K.
Comment. There's billing for that. So on a more serious note, I'm thinking, you told the part of law and you did that, flawlessly, while also balancing your path in music as a creative. It's kind of novel, you know what I mean? Especially coming from a family like yours who is so academically inclined. So having a child who chose these two paths would kind of be something new for them. So how did your family adjust to this side of you?
Right. So to be honest, first things first, it was looking funny and weird when I brought it up, when I said, oh, this was what, I mean, they knew I liked to dance. That wasn't a problem. Even though with restrictions though, because there's so much of, modesty with my family. So, it started off with, I wanted to go into the studio. So I would have actually started recording earlier than I did. But I noticed that they were pushing it. It kept on, I'm going to take you to the studio today, and then they are nowhere to be found.
Reluctant about it.
Yes, they were very reluctant about it. Promised me that,
forget it, maybe.
Do you understand? Boy, Genesis will never forget.
but it's your passion. Is your passion.
Yes. Yeah. So they told me one time, if I get the first position, they were going to make sure I record. I took first position back. Straight A's. No 1B.
Wow.
And okay, time to go to the studio. Let's see. We'll just kept on doing that till. So what happened was, one day, I will never forget that day. My mom brought me to school. That was when I was yet to get into university, doing the whole admission. So I had a friend that was in school. Then I'd already started watching artists in that vicinity, the school I was going to go into. So that was the beginning of it for me. And then I called a friend of mine, and I knew that my mom was going to let me go wherever with her. So we got to where she was, and then immediately I came down from the car. I closed the car and I stood out, and I was like, I'm going to the studio today.
How was her reaction?
She was like, why am I going to? I said, Mommy, go home. I'm going to go with her. So she was really uncomfortable. I could see she wanted me to get back into the car. I'm like, I'm not going. I'm not 70. I wanted to calm down first before I said what I wanted to say, because I knew it was going to drag me back. So when I did that, then I went on ahead to go to the studio with that friend, Precious. So that was the beginning of everything for me. And there were still so many. My dad got calls from different people when they started seeing my stuff online, like, is your daughter really doing music? One priest will call him, say this, say that. And I was like, this is what I'm going to do. So at some point, they calmed down pretty much like some months into a year. And mind you, they became as supportive as ever. Wow. I couldn't have asked for anything better. They danced to my song. They paid for my sessions. I mean, I wasn't working, so they paid for every single thing I had to do. And they only always reminded me of one thing, that I should do it right. Yes. So that is something I would hold on to, because I am who I am majorly, in the earthly world because of them. Yeah, and that will fuel you. Yes. So it actually fuels me to be better, to do better, and to make them proud. So it did sort of exactly easy, but at the end of the day, we're good.
See, the game changes when you've got support from the family.
Yes.
But either ways. But I know the game changes for you when you've got that support from them. So I'm glad that, from your story, they had a turnaround and giving you that support, that push, while also keeping you grounded, because as long as you do it right, but just keeping you, active and pushing.
Yeah. So what really inspired you to go into music?
Okay. What inspired me to go into music is, I think, two things. First off, it was a passion. I love to dance. I love to listen to music. I love to rap, as a matter of fact. So I think it was first off the passion that came with it. And then I at a young age, like we said, we're all exposed to phones and stuff. So I started watching Nicki Minaj quite early, Jennifer Lopez. And that's the thing. I was quite inquisitive. Yeah. I used to be called Jennifer Lopez as a kid. I didn't know who that was. I was a little bit, confused. So I mean, I didn't even know who Wizkid was. I didn't know Davido. But then Jennifer Lopez stuck. So I was very good. Jennifer. Why people call me? I knew my name was Jennifer. So we're like, why? What's the Lopez? Anyway, I passed Jennifer Lopez. And then I just searched into her, and she was an artist. I started listening to her. I started dancing even kind of because of her, because she's a very good dancer. So that was part of what fueled it. And then I had this dream to help people. I'm quite a compassionate person, to be honest. So I was thinking of what is that thing that I could do, like aside, business and all of that. Because I saw that artists were wealthy, quote unquote. So it was something else. That was another thing that fueled me because I wanted to like, get lands, build, have people like, the less privileged come in. So those two things, yes. So those two things were actually what fueled my desire to be an artist.
Wow. That's powerful and beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm glad you're really pursuing it in the way that you're doing.
Yeah.
So well done.
Thank you.
Enigma Woman. So Jennifer, you recently launched something, right?
Yeah.
LegallyJenfa.
Yes, my baby.
So, yeah. How long were you pregnant with? That's
all my life.
Oh, yeah. Really? Wow. So this LegallyJenfa came from, from how many years you've been on this earth, and then you're giving it to us on
finally on the 24th of. On the 24th year.
Okay. Wow, 24. So it took you 24 years. Yes. That means it must be pretty solid. Right? Wow. So tell me, what is it about? How did you come about LegallyJenfa?
Yeah. So LegallyJenfa is really close to my heart. I launched it because I saw how many creatives struggle in the industry. I saw how they struggle with protecting their work and getting a fair pay, because a lot of them are out there trying to make ends meet, but somehow you're working so hard, but you're not able to see what you're working for. The creative industry is actually full of talent. Like you see people coming online in sections and saying, how did you know that you had this talent? It's a lot of talent out there. But the thing is that there's very little or no protection for these talents that are out there, and there's barely even a good amount of awareness for it. And artists, actors, a lot of anybody that is a creator, they get short charged. Like rather short changed. So it's not fair for them. So I've seen it, I've been there, and I want to let people know that I understand your pain. I understand what you have been going through all this while. And I want to help.
Yeah.
So that's what made me birth LegallyJenfa.
So I think the way you're doing it is very creative and innovative, right? You speak, you as a creative and also a lawyer, right? Trying to merge that gap or just bridge the gap between creativity and fair pay, protecting your property. Protecting your work. And then because you are a lawyer and also a creative, you are able to speak that language. The many creatives understand and are comfortable with. Oh, that makes sense. So, you service everybody in the creative industry.
Yes, technically. And I'm not trying to be biased, but I'm being very precise and particular to artists, musicians to be precise, because that is where I come from. And a lot of artists, especially a lot of Nigerian artists, they don't know what their rights are. They don't understand BMI. They don't understand how they're going to get their royalties. There's so many, there's mechanical royalty. There's a lot of it. So, but they don't understand. They just feel like, publishing. They don't understand what publishing rights are. They don't understand a lot of things. And even songwriters. Now, aside the artists themselves, songwriters have their own rights. Producers have their own rights, their publishing rights, all of those things. So I want to break it down in a way that they're able to understand this is what is due to me. This is what I can ask for from all these major labels. This is what I can actually ask for them.
This is obtainable.
Yes, and it's not just that, I'm just asking for because I want to be greedy. Well, I'm asking for this because it is my right. Yes. And before you met me, before you wanted to come to me, I had something to offer. It's not like I'm trying to demand for something and I'm not giving something in return. So I feel like everybody needs to enjoy a fair play and pay as it is, because you can't have someone producing for you, you can't have someone writing for you, and you're giving them breadcrumbs or giving them nothing at all because you're a big player, and then they should therefore not grow. I feel like that's not fair.
So basically, you're reading the fine line.
Yes,
and bridging
the gap. Yes, I'm breaking it down for them. I'm trying to gain more experience. Because I'm not even as experienced as at this time of this, but I've been learning, I've been reading, I've been I've been
and you've been
asking.
experiencing.
Yes, exactly.
You have
I've
been
been
experiencing as an
Exact-
artist too.
Exactly.
So-
So I have a fair share of the both sides.
Yeah.
So I want to help people to know that this is what I can get. This is like, these things are obtainable. We just see it out there. You hear, oh, so and so person is suing Sony Music, is suing so and so person because of their rights.
Yeah.
And it's happening to you right there, and you just read it and you pass.
Yes.
So people
Can't
are,
take action.
yes, you can't take action. People want to grow. People want to say, oh, at 30, I was able to gain this. I was able to make this. I was able to be this person.
Yeah.
However, which way, nobody's helping them. Nobody's helping them toe that path.
Yeah.
So I want to actually be that person to help people.
them, and then
Yes.
you're trying to tell them that I'm now closer to you. It usually is to be far-fetched.
Yes.
You know, but
Yes.
legally Jennifer is
Yes,
close.
I'm
is
closer to you.
reachable.
I'm a lawyer. I'm specifying in this particular sector.
Yeah.
So you don't have any reason to be afraid.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So you know, if you this lawyer goes
Do you
to court.
understand
Do you
it
really
well?
understand the nitty gritties
Yes,
of
yes,
entertainment?
yes. So that's, trying to service those people in the non-traditional way of
Yes.
legal practice.
Yes. Yes.
Telling them that I speak your language.
Yes, because there are some things in contracts and entertainment contracts that some other lawyers might not even understand.
Yeah.
So you just say, oh, okay, I think this one is. And sometimes there are things that are fair to these artists.
Yeah.
Now, on the side of like the bigger, let's say the labels, there are some things that are fair to, there are some unrecoupable royalties that may have been due to an artist, right?
Yeah.
But, you might see a non-entertainment lawyer going there to say, oh, no, you can actually recoup all your royalties. No, there are some things, there is a line between these two things. So
yeah.
I want to help bridge that gap, both for the artist and for even the other side.
Yeah.
So everybody has a fair share and say, okay, this is what's due for me and this is yours, take it.
Yeah.
So, Jennifer,
yeah.
could this be the reason why you studied law, or is that like an inspiration to?
It was a birth from studying law.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it wasn't the reason. So I already said the reason. However, which way, I loved to read. I love to read. So I loved government. So don't get it twisted. It wasn't just about the entertainment. Yeah. But I loved government. I loved literature. So those were like my and then I was looking for something that was strong. Funny thing, I wanted to study music in university. But my parents, they told me that Nigeria was going a certain way, and I'm happy I did listen to them. So Nigeria was going a certain way that would work for you. They were like, oh, this is good.
Yes.
If it was another country, it would be even better.
Yes.
But they're seeing something, and then you have the brain. So why not take advantage of both sides and just
look how it has created something beautiful as
LegallyJenfa. Yes.
Yeah,
and
I know it's going to do well. I know it's going to, because you're servicing something that is not so service. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of lawyers out there that are strictly into entertainment or that are servicing the entertainment industry in the way they want to be serviced.
Right.
So you going into that place, I think you do really, really well.
Thank you.
With your brains, with your personal experience. And
well done, Jennifer.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
So talking about, money, back to the point, you as a Gen Z, trying to do all these things. Of course, there's always going to be the financial gain, right? So what is your relationship with money as a Gen Z?
You like money too much, but
oh, you're chasing it too.
Yeah,
so
we're chasing it. Everybody is chasing it. Yeah. So the relationship with money, we are trying to find both innovative ways and not just a one way one way stream to make money.
Yeah.
Anything that is good that can fetch us money skill wise, it could be rendering of services, whatever the case may be. It could be our voice. We put it. So bottom line is, I think people are also trying to understand that their intellectual property, even things that are not physical, can still fetch them.
Things,
can still fetch them money. Your voice alone, sometimes all these things we put up on TikTok, just a random beat, it's fetching money. Just your TikTok sounds, just the voiceover, it's fetching money.
You know why Gen Zs are able to believe in these possibilities, right? I think it's because they are born, like you said earlier, in an era, in a digital era. So being born in that era, they are brave to pursue the money that is in the digital space. Of course, that has given them the courage they need to pursue money that comes with, even maybe you see some of them go into crypto trading. They believe in those possibilities because they were born in that era. And then if you're saying these things to someone who is maybe a millennial or a baby, the man, they say, this is unrealistic.
Scam. Exactly. They'll say it's scam.
Yeah. So it's quite good that. But you think with Gen Zs, this is my opinion. Don't come for me. My opinion with Gen Z is that there's no gray moments with the Gen Z. They are at both extremes, right? You see a Gen Z who is so keen on hustle, fetching money, multiple streams of income. You see them in different innovative ways. And you also see some Gen Zs who are laid back and just chilled and just have that entitlement.
Fair enough.
Do you think that's true?
Tell me about it. Fair enough. Yeah. So actually, some people in our world feel like, everything would come easy because there's already so much ease with technology. There's ease with transportation. There's ease with a lot of things. So they just feel like, somehow they'll make ends meet. But there's, like you said, there's that extreme end. I feel like the people in between are just a few, just very few. But most of them,
loud.
Yes. So like most people are either they're working extremely hard, always on the grind, always, pushing, but the other people that, are just there like, fly around it type shit. So,
I've had this one person that was telling me this and I was like, oh, really? Is that what you think? So he says, you these Gen Zs now, you will just neglect the process. You just want to wake up overnight and make money. Do you think that's true?
That's not true.
Because,
that's not true.
Yeah.
Because like I said, they've seen it all. They've seen a lot of things that will motivate them to pursue this or that and whatever.
Being born in this time alone has given them or opened access to their minds, reasoning a lot of possibilities. So while some people may be thinking that, overnight success, like to just come, with the tools available and make it. There's also this hard work you put in. As a musician, you don't just sing the song and it will blow today tomorrow.
There's an idea.
So
it grow.
So the thing is, I think I understand where you're coming from. So sometimes, like the way they do all this MMM and something. So when you want to just put in money and then you get back in, and the way Bitcoin also works, where you might be lucky to just put it in today and then there's a dump or there's a boom, and then you find yourself making 10 times
what you
put in, or sometimes
unrealistic.
Exactly. So because of that reality, actually, some people see it happen to other people and sit down and hope. Now that's why there's even issues with them. Yes, that's why there are even like issues with betting, like being chronic bets, and they just keep going into the casinos, or they just keep going because they feel like, oh, if it could happen to this person, it could happen to me too. Sometimes they don't even face some other aspect of reality that you need to put in some work. You don't just take the little money that you have and throw it into that place, and then you expect that because Brian got this, then I'm gonna get that too. So
they want quick money.
So the way I see it, I see that the tools available in today's world were meant to like help you get there, but you still have to walk that process. It wouldn't just happen overnight, because even those ones in the creatives in maybe content, you have to put work. Some of them, like sometimes of course, we've said experiencing that you would do your take like 10 times before you get to that point. And from the outside, it looks quite glamorous. Easy. But you have to put in the work in whatever. You have to.
And sometimes they do it and you feel like it's nothing. They do it effortlessly.
Because the way they do it, you want to just glorify way, and it looks beautiful, and you feel they're not even putting in much work.
So it's funny how I have some creative friends that put out like 30 seconds videos, like sometimes 15 seconds videos, but it took them 40 hours to edit that video.
Oh my God.
Some people 10 hours. So people that usually edit like maybe some slightly longer videos, that maybe they were taking like 35 hours before to edit some videos, because of that perfection, that precision they are looking for. So they might not see it in a particular video, and then they have to, have another take, right? So because of the consistency, that's that work, that process we're talking about, then that's when you see that they can drop down from 35 hours to like 10 hours, 8 hours to edit a video. And then it still also boils down to part of the work, part of the sacrifice that you make in the process is, for example, sometime earlier, I don't necessarily edit like serious videos for myself, but I got to a point where I needed to put out something on TikTok, and I'm like, oh, I can't really edit this thing, the ordinary way. I'll just randomly do something. So I put it on CapCut, and then I wanted to use a particular feature, and then it wasn't available, so I have to pay for that. So now you see yourself, you still have to make some sacrifices to still get there. So it's not just so it's not necessarily I'm just not going to put in anything. I'm going to take.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to put in something. It could be your time. It could be your money. It could be something, but you have to put in
your
something.
Emotions.
Yes, your emotions, your time, your energy.
You know the thing about today's world.
Yeah.
A lot of intangible things result to money.
Yes.
And then the older generations cannot relate. For them, they have to see what you're putting in.
Yeah.
Be able to justify what you are getting.
Yeah.
But here in today's world, our frying pans are bigger. So there are a lot of things. Circling back to the story we had earlier.
Yeah.
The frying pans are bigger. We can take 5-10 fishes in one frying pan.
Dump it in there.
Yeah. And then it takes a lot of intangible work that you cannot actually quantify, right? In most cases.
Yes.
Yeah, to get what you are enjoying now. And there's this possibility. But of course, their older generations cannot relate. But some of them are beginning to anyways. Those ones that are open-minded, they are beginning to.
I mean, you see some older people on TikTok making videos, having the fun of their lives. So, I mean, trying to relate with, even they themselves make money off these platforms.
Yeah.
And they're older people. They're 60, they're 70. So, I mean, why not live if you can?
Yeah, and you see them trying to take a thing or two from, or lesson or two from the Gen Z,
which I feel is very admirable, to be honest, because there's nothing that beats someone who feels they have, someone who actually has more experience, and you see that there is a lacuna in your expertise, and you can take from someone
the
who's just coming from, who barely has maybe 20% of what you have. It's a big deal for you to be able to see that and, take up.
It's humbling.
Very admirable.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
It's being open-minded.
Right.
And this conversation has been so interesting. Really interesting.
Yeah.
So I know we're getting the most favorite part of the segment for me, very knows, is the game time. I look forward to the game time.
I took the shades off. I think I want to have some extra fun.
I know, right? So let's see what we have cooked for you today.
Okay. Bring it on.
Avi? Okay. So I know Iberi has something for you, right?
Okay.
So I'll just tell you what I
ready?
have. I'm just going to serve you my dish, and then
I want to eat. Let's eat.
What is Gen Z? They have it like a whole vocabulary to themselves. Sometimes you just try to say, what does this mean again?
It's true.
Like you just have to go and say, Chad,
what does this mean?
Cap on or what is it? So the game is like this, right? I'm going to read out a few scenarios for you. And so you tell me if it's audacious or safe. And then you can just tell me why you think it's either audacious or safe. So it's pretty much easy, right?
Sounds like fun.
Oh, just trust me on this one. So quit your stable job to launch your passion project.
Audacious.
Why do you think so?
That is audacious. It's like taking off food from your table to an uncertainty.
Yeah.
That's audacious.
Yeah. It's quite quitting a stable job, something that's come rain, come
yeah, you've got
You're
it.
gonna get paid, right? To pursue something you don't know the outcome,
if it's gonna
work or not. That's quite audacious, right?
It is.
But who knows? That can just be the goal you're waiting for.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Or maybe the doom.
the flip side of it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So, invest half your savings into a startup idea your friend just pitched to you. Half your savings. That's a lot.
Half of my savings into something that I did not bring up. Somebody else brought it up for me. Wow. You really have mind if you're going to do that. So I think that's quite audacious.
I would not do that.
Audacious.
Because that's your baby.
Unless you're showing me numbers, like you're showing me numbers that we're signing a contract.
Yeah.
As-
But it really, for someone to just put in their money in something
into the half of your
It
savings.
must-
But you must believe in it before you
it must
so
really be a
take
very,
such
very,
step. Yeah.
very,
That's why it's
very
really audacious.
good idea that
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's really audacious.
So Gen Z, you guys do this all the time. So book a spontaneous trip to a country you've never been to without a plan.
Without a plan,
Safe.
Is it?
is it really?
You've never been to
Never
it.
been to it.
So what
Without
do
a
you mean
plan.
without a plan? Is it without
This is
money?
Jet age.
That's
Because I've seen a lot in the internet.
I mean, you can. There's
Read
always a
about
way
it.
around. It is kind of safe if you
Yes.
have the money. True.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you can actually go to like another country, as long as it's not a country where they kidnap people. There's war, you know.
Just throw one missile on your head.
So you want to go and
Oh,
come
yeah,
out.
pretty much. There's GPS. There's checking in the
But
hotels.
there's this guy I'm seeing on Instagram,
Okay.
Tobe season or something. Kind
Oh,
of exploring
yeah.
the north. And then
Wow.
like it's quite interesting to
His
watch.
part is audacious. It's not
because
safe.
he's going he's
But
going
the
to
Nigerian,
to
yeah,
northern
Nigeria,
and trying
so-
to I think he's trying to show how beautiful the north
It
is. So
is.
but he's going to some really crazy place. Sometimes they'll use Okada and they'll use
Did they
like,
enter
no,
Sambisa?
That's why
I
I
don't
say
know
it's
about that, but-
audacious.
because traveling to the north and dating in the north is to me
Yeah.
it's normal. It's
Wow.
This one is
except maybe entering
this
Sambisa.
is spicy.
Wow.
Maybe I should wait until I call to back to ask you this one.
Yeah, okay.
But let me just
Let's
take it
see.
either ways. So challenge your boss in court on an outdated legal practice. Is that even obtainable? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
As long as I'm fighting for the right of the people, I'll probably do it.
LegallyJenfa. But that's like that would be it. Just be ready to lose your job, Sha.
That's the thing now. That's where the dynamics really comes in.
Yeah.
So as long as it's done, not in a disrespectful manner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where what we just spoke about, having to have the elderly ones understand that, oh yes, there's a lacuna here and I need to learn from it.
Yeah.
So you cannot be the all in all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
So you have to do it, Gen Zs, you have to do it like quite respectfully, but then
Yeah.
they have to accept that, I'm
Anyway,
learning
you're saying something
from
that is right.
Yes.
You know, going to court. I remember my first experience in court, as a new wig. And then I had one of my boss tell me something like, don't be intimidated when you go there. Some of the older lawyers, they have a way of trying to intimidate new lawyers.
Yes.
You know, sometimes they don't have content or they are not so, they're not prepared for their
Prepared,
case well.
right.
But they attack the person, because they see it. And the
they're
message,
new.
so the message he was trying to pass was, don't let them know you're new.
New,
Because when they see it,
exactly.
like,
They
he's
want
not
to-
even wearing his wig well.
they'll
Or
find
he's not
something that is not
forgetting the actual, so we find lots of them do those things. So the last one.
okay.
Say no to family expectations and build your own version of success.
Audacious. I mean, I have a lot of people doing that,
Yeah,
including me.
these days, yeah.
But it's quite audacious because a lot of people have family, money,
Yeah.
expectations,
To live a
and
certain kind of way.
certain kind of way, and sometimes it's not who you are. So you're literally not living the life you were born to live. You're still living the lives for your parents. Some people are medical doctors. Their children are medical doctors. All their children are medical doctors.
It used to be a flex before.
Yes.
This kind of
Yeah.
family.
And funny thing is, because I'm sure it was a flex, not in 100%, but because some of those people that were born into those families they found it difficult to be honest to themselves and to others. They didn't have that energy that Gen Z's had to
Yeah.
say,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want
yeah.
to do this. Right. I mean, look at Vows. Yes, he
Yeah.
still did toe his father's path, but he's still
Doing his own
stuck.
thing.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
stuck with him, doing
What he
him.
wants to
Yeah.
do, and that's
So,
quite brave.
yeah, exactly.
So I pass this one to you.
Okay, so
Finish
you ready
the
for the
line.
next segment?
Yep.
So this game
Let me
is
see
called
this one out.
Finish
Okay.
the Line.
Okay.
When I think of success, I think of
I think of me.
Oh, that's quite. So you embody success.
Yes.
That's good. Like, I think I am who I think I am.
Yes.
So either you deal with it or you
Or
just
you don't.
And you know yourself.
take the back
You
seat.
know how much work you've put.
Mm-hmm.
So the second one, the hardest part of being Gen Z is
Being seen as unserious.
Oh,
Why not? I do every time you put in work.
Yeah.
Man.
Spot
Like,
on,
why you
spot
gonna
on.
do that? Like,
one word that describes your journey. Yes.
one word that describes my journey is
Your journey collectively, as an artist, as a lawyer.
love.
Aww.
Yeah.
The
Love.
foundation of
born
everything.
out
Yes.
of love.
Yes. Love.
Beautiful. So the last one, the future of Gen Z women is
Is inspiring and bright.
Yeah, so it is. I
It's
agree with that.
inspiring and
because they're
bright.
taking it.
Yes. They're taking the bull by the horns. Like, we're
Yeah.
taking it and we're taking it to the end of it. Gen Z women, oh my God, I think I just understood the question again.
Yeah.
It is inspiring, audacious, and bright.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot going on now.
They're not
Aside
taking no for an answer.
yes,
Yeah.
aside the work sector,
Yeah.
now down to even the relationship sector. Sorry, I'm going to delve into that, but
By all means.
I love what I see. Now, people have misconceptions about being a feminist and the rest of it. But do you know that the women from the older ages,
Yes.
they are cheering us behind? They are
they
happy.
are. Yeah.
They go and ask your mothers, your grandma. They are
100%.
extremely happy.
Yeah.
Now, nobody is saying be difficult. No one is saying do not be submissive because it's written, right? But don't feel like you're going to take breadcrumbs. Do not be breadcrumbs. Do not settle. You are, no matter the shape, the form, the skin color, you are beautiful. You are you. You would always be, there will never be any other person like you.
Yeah.
So the moment you realize that if this is for you, it's going to stay. Even if it goes, it's going to come back.
Yes.
You will not have anybody or any man telling you, yeah, I'm all you've got. You have hands, you have legs, you have eyes. Even those who don't can make it.
Yeah.
What more of yourself?
Yeah.
So
I totally agree.
yeah, so
That liberation that comes with being.
So the mere fact that you are able to understand that and internalize it, or it beats all odds. It beats all odds. You see these men, they're now they're even becoming the princesses, unfortunately, and it's sad. Sorry, guys, but they gotta do better. Like, they have to. I have my friends saying this and that, and I'm like, just give them tiara, let them wear their crown.
Oh my God, this is like, you have to wear your shades because you're really showing shit.
So, but that's the truth, man.
Yeah.
That's the truth, and they just have to do better. They have a simple job.
Yes.
They funny how these men don't have much to do, to be honest. They just have a simple job to protect and provide. Even these days, the women are providing, but they still have to birth the child, which they can't, clearly. They still have to
And
work.
then get back to business.
Yes.
To be
So they have a lot to do, and all we're just asking is protect and provide to a very good extent, because we're not even saying provide all.
Times have changed.
Things have changed.
Don't provide all.
So you even have less work to do, but the little work that you have to do, you're not doing it.
I think the Gen Zs are really defining that for themselves. And like you said, the older women that just sharing us, even those the ones that are sharing in their hearts, but
Yes, because they face a lot,
and they're saying they're saying go
they faced a lot. They and they were genuinely not happy with what they were going through. And you wouldn't want someone you love to go through something that you went through that was hell.
I recently saw a post. Man, said the woman waited until her kids were grown and have left the nest before divorcing the husband.
Yes.
And I'm like, at that point, I think you should now be enjoying life because now you have settled back to cruising.
Yes.
And so, like, she's divorcing you because you didn't let her be who she's supposed to be.
Which is sad.
So she was divorced, a lot of resentment, a lot of not fulfilling her, potentials and everything. So,
do you know one thing that Gen Zs will never regret? Doing it all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if you fail,
they won't have
doing it all.
Even
They
if
won't
you
have
fail
regrets.
at it,
Yeah.
They won't
as
look
long as
back
you're-
and feel resentment for themselves because they tried it.
they tried it.
Yeah, this has really been an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, this has really been. Thank you for hanging out with
Thank
us.
you
Yeah,
for coming.
my
Thank you for
pleasure.
helping us see
Pleasure.
through the lens of the Gen Zs. Maybe we'll understand the word better, right? So I'm just going
Yeah.
to leave this out there. Success, ambition, it doesn't have to be the same for everyone.
Right.
Toe those paths you want to toe. And the Gen Zs are teaching us how to live more audaciously, boldly, while also living a meaningful and impactful life.
Right.
So thank you for sticking with us to this point of the podcast. Finding these conversations interesting. Please share to your family and friends.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube
Gen Zs.
channel, Ejo People. Please don't forget to subscribe and then follow us across our social media platform on Instagram, TikTok, and Thread at Enigma Woman Podcast. We love you. Please share your thoughts with us. Let's see what you think about us. Thank you for coming.
You're
Thank you,
welcome. It was
Jennifer.
such an honor to be here.
Mwah.